slowing down speed-wise.
It's highly unusual for the title holder to walk in first. But that just shows that this is Floyd Mayweather's show and that he wants to dictate everything so that he sends the message that I can't lose here. I'm in control, outside and inside the ring.
Well, clearly, this title belt was important to Ortiz. It became a key bargaining chip for him in getting him the chance at this fight. But Mayweather doesn't need title belts to establish his identity. And he says, why should I pay fees to governing bodies for prominence that doesn't mean anything to me?
Referring to what you were just saying, Jim, these belts and organizations, it's just a business deal. And if a fighter gets big enough he doesn't need them, he doesn't need them.
See Floyd Mayweather, to a certain degree, see Manny Pacquiao. And you saw moments ago, Ortiz promoter Oscar De La Hoya behind him. There was a few years ago a point when a lot of people thought, oh, Golden Boy is trying to make Ortiz into another De La Hoya. But it's an entirely different story. And now here comes the other story. And a new robe for Floyd Mayweather. Only his second fight since December of 2008. Emmanuel, he's been brilliant at dealing with all this inactivity. Does logic say it's going to catch up to him at some point?
It is going to catch up with him at some point. Inactivity is a big, big factor in any sport. You lose your muscle memory, so to say. But tonight, I don't know if that's going to be tonight. But I think he's going to be in for a total big shock tonight.
A little late pad work with his uncle Roger Mayweather. Obviously, he's in no hurry to get out of the dressing room. And Larry, we've seen this kind of thing before in a lot of big fights.
He thinks it's important. Does anybody else think it's important when the bell rings? It's again control.
Very good friend, 50 Cent over the right shoulder, and that cadre of bodyguards over the left shoulder. His town, his world, his sport. That's the way he sees it.
One little factor perhaps in the heavy odds in favor of Mayweather is that if he picked Ortiz to fight, then the general perception is he knows he can win because he's been accused of being a very prudent matchmaker for himself in the past, and he sure made it work.
He outclassed Juan Manuel Marquez, who was clearly fighting at a weight beyond where he could be effective. He totally dominated Ricky Hatton, even outfighting Hatton inside, which was supposed to be Hatton's strength in the fight. And in his last fight, he took 2 big shots from Shane Mosley in the second round, and then simply turned out Mosley's lights. Shane practically did nothing for the rest of the fight.
Well, tonight, I think he's going to be a little bit more physical than he's been in a lot of, even though he weighs in less. I think he's going to try to move in, place hard punches, and actually out-power punch, which is hard for me to visualize or something, but I think he's going to try to out-power punch.
Well, sometimes prime fighters seem so perfect, you wonder what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Well, then it's a question of whether the other guy can expose anything.
Well, a lot of fighters historically, as they get older, they don't move as much and they become a little bit more physical and they take more risks.
Well, there are all sorts of indicators of Floyd's dominance. But clearly, a lot of Ortiz's hope here tonight springs from the memory of those 2 punches that Mosley landed in the second round. And I've asked you before, Emmanuel. Was that a mistake brought on by inactivity? Obviously, we don't know for sure, but it could have been.
Well, I thought he was just relaxed and he got caught. It happens, you know. It's like a guy, a good pitcher, someone hits a home run on him. But if you remember, at the end of that round, Floyd was dominating. And the next round, he came out and he took control. It was just one of those things that happened.
The third round was one of the most one-sided rounds of his career. It was a big statement. Now, for another statement, let's go to Michael Buffer. Official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Mayweather Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Cerrase Cancaracta Tecate, DeWalt Power Tools, new 20-volt max lithium ion system, AT&T. Get it faster with AT&T, rethink possible. Southwest Airlines, fly Southwest, it's the right call. And Cancun Tourism, discover paradise. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Bill Brady, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, and the World Boxing Council President and Supervisor for this contest tonight, Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring the bout on the 10-point system, Adelaide Bird, Jerry Roth, and Glenn Trowbridge. And inside the ring, in charge of the action, Hall of Fame announcer, Joe Fairbut Perm Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the stars of Star Power. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with orange, official weight, 146 1/2 pounds. A perfect professional record, 41 fights, 41 victories, including 25 knockouts. And he has captured 6 world titles in 5 divisions. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, the former junior lightweight world champion, former lightweight world champion, former super lightweight world champion, former 2-time welterweight world champion, and former super welterweight champion of the world, the undefeated Floyd Money silver with red, officially weighing in also at 147 pounds, a perfect, partly a professional record consisting of 29 victories, including 22 knockouts with 2 defeats and 2 bouts even. His KO to victory ratio was among the highest in boxing history among welterweight champions. From Ventura, California, the reigning, defending WBC welterweight champion of the world, this is Victor Ortiz.
Comienza lo otro.
All right, gentlemen. We were losing a dress. I expect a good clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. Watch out for the heads and sides.
Ya que el otro se agarró. Del otro, ¿verdad? Pues es la segunda esta.
The officials are ready. The fighters are ready. From the MGM Grand of Las Vegas. Let's get ready to rumble!
Times youth can outrun its mistakes or flaws. Can Ortiz do it?